Hash the complete guide to body, performance, and health. A comprehensive manual for strength, conditioning, nutrition, and athletic mastery. Hash table of contents. 1. Understanding the human body. 2. Strength, muscle mass, and conditioning. 3. Nutrition for performance and muscle growth. 4. Supplements, evidence-based. 5. Recovery and injury prevention. 6. Periodization and training planning. 7. Mental training and focus. 8. Special considerations for different sports. 9. Sample weekly training plan. 10. Sample nutrition and meal plan. 11. Key takeaways. **1. Understanding the human body. **1. When muscles. Types **. Skeletal, voluntary for movement. Cardiac, heart involuntary. Smooth, organs involuntary. Adaptation, ** muscle fibers grow, hypertrophy, through resistance training. Endurance improves mitochondria and capillary density. **1. 2 energy systems. System, duration, activity example, key fuel. ATP-CP, 0-10 sec sprint, jump creatine phosphate. Anaerobic glycolysis, 10-90 sec 400 m run, hit glucose. Aerobic 90+ sec long runs, cycling fat and glucose. **2. Strength, muscle mass and conditioning **2. 1 strength training principles. Progressive overload, increase weight, reps, or intensity over time. Reps and goals, **. Strength, 4-6 reps. Hypertrophy, 8-12 reps. Endurance, 15+ reps. **2. 2 conditioning. Cardio, functional movements, HIIT. Improves energy, stamina, and sport-specific performance. **2. 3 gymnastics and bodyweight training **. Pull-ups, push-ups, dips, handstands, planches, levers. Focus, strength-to-weight ratio, balance, mobility. **3. Nutrition for performance and muscle growth. *3. 1 macronutrients. Macro function, daily target. Protein, muscle repair and growth, 1-6-2, 2g/kg. Carbs, energy and recovery, 3-7g/kg, depending on activity. Fats, hormones and brain, 0-8-1g/kg. *3. 2 micronutrients. Vitamins and minerals, essential for energy, immunity, recovery. Key, vitamin D, magnesium, zinc, calcium, B vitamins. *3. 3 hydration. Water, ml/kg body weight day. Electrolytes for long sessions or hot environments. *4. Supplements, evidence-based. Protein powders, convenient, support recovery. Creatine monohydrate *, strength and power. Caffeine *, performance boost. Omega-3s, anti-inflammatory, joint health. Multivitamins *, cover deficiencies, not replace food. Tip, * supplements * enhance a solid diet, they don't replace it. *5. Recovery and injury prevention *. *5. 1 sleep *. 7-9 hours per night for optimal growth and recovery. *5. 2 active recovery. Walking, swimming, yoga, light cycling. *5. 3 mobility and flexibility. Daily stretching and joint drills. *5. 4 injury management. Warm-ups, proper technique, gradual progression. Listen to your body. Persistent pain equals stop and assess. *6. Periodization and training planning. Linear, * gradually increase intensity over weeks. Block, * focus on strength, hypertrophy, or endurance in blocks. Autoregulation, * adjust based on daily performance and fatigue. *7. Mental training and focus *. Visualization, rehearse movements and performance mentally. SMART goals, specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, time-bound. Consistency, perfection. *8. Special considerations for sports. Sport key focus. Bodybuilding, hypertrophy, nutrition, precision, recovery. Gymnastics, strength-to-weight ratio, mobility, joint health. Endurance, nutrition, timing, packing, cardio efficiency. Power sports, explosiveness, maximal strength, neuromuscular coordination. *9. Sample weekly training plan. Day focus. Moan, upper body strength plus gymnastics skill work. 2. Lower body strength plus HIIT. WED, active recovery plus mobility plus core. 3. Upper body hypertrophy plus skill work. FRI, lower body hypertrophy plus conditioning. SAT, sport-specific training or full body circuit. SUN, rest or light recovery. Adjust to your fitness level and goals. *10. Sample nutrition and meal plan. Example for muscle gain, 2,500 3,000 kcal day. Breakfast, oats plus milk plus protein powder plus berries plus nuts. Snack, Greek yogurt plus banana plus honey. Lunch, chicken breast plus quinoa plus mixed vegetables plus olive oil. Snack, protein shake plus handful of almonds. Dinner, salmon plus sweet potato plus broccoli plus avocado. Optional, casein protein before bed. Timing matters. Protein evenly spread every 3-4 hours supports recovery. *11. Key takeaways. 1. Consistency beats intensity. 2. Nutrition is foundational. 3. Recovery equals training. 4. Balance strength, conditioning, flexibility, and mental focus. 5. Listen to your body, progress gradually, prevent injury. Visual and reference notes. Diagrams for muscle groups, energy systems, stretching routines. Tables for macronutrients, reps, supplements, sample exercises. Checklists, warm-up, mobility, recovery, nutrition tracking. Absolutely, Marco. Let's go all in on muscles and expand to 40 sentences. I'll keep it *** fluid, detailed, and booklet-ready ***, covering anatomy, physiology, adaptation, training, recovery, and performance. Muscles are the fundamental tissues responsible for generating movement in the human body and are essential for maintaining posture, stability, and overall physical function. There are 3 primary types of muscles: skeletal, cardiac, and smooth, each with distinct roles and characteristics. Skeletal muscles are voluntary, meaning they contract under conscious control, allowing precise movements of the body. Cardiac muscle is involuntary and specialized for continuous contraction, ensuring that the heart pumps blood efficiently throughout life. Smooth muscle lines organs, blood vessels, and airways, controlling essential bodily functions such as digestion, respiration, and circulation without conscious thought. Skeletal muscles are composed of bundles of muscle fibers, each fiber containing myofibrils made of actin and myosin filaments, which interact to produce contraction. Muscle contraction occurs when these filaments slide past one another, shortening the fiber and generating force. Muscle fibers are categorized into slow-twitch, type I fibers, and fast-twitch, type II fibers, each optimized for different types of physical activity. Slow-twitch fibers are fatigue-resistant, relying heavily on oxygen and mitochondria, making them ideal for endurance activities like running, cycling, or swimming. Fast-twitch fibers generate more power and force but fatigue quickly, supporting explosive movements like sprinting, jumping, or lifting heavy weights. Tendons connect muscles to bones, transmitting the force produced during contraction to create movement at joints. Ligaments, while not muscles themselves, work alongside tendons to stabilize joints and prevent excessive movement that could cause injury. Muscles not only produce movement, but also help maintain posture and support skeletal alignment during both static and dynamic activity. They act as shock absorbers, distributing forces across joints and reducing the risk of injury. Muscle growth, or hypertrophy, occurs when fibers experience stress that causes microtears, which then repair stronger and thicker. Atrophy is the opposite process, where muscles shrink and weaken due to inactivity, aging, or malnutrition. Muscles are highly adaptable, responding to specific demands placed on them through a process called adaptation. Strength training stimulates hypertrophy, increases connective tissue resilience, and improves neuromuscular coordination. Endurance training enhances mitochondrial density, capillary networks, and oxygen delivery within slow-twitch fibers. Neural adaptation plays a key role in early strength gains, as the nervous system learns to recruit muscle fibers more efficiently. Recovery is vital for muscle health, as growth and repair primarily occur during rest periods and sleep. Adequate protein intake provides amino acids necessary for repair and synthesis of new muscle tissue. Carbohydrates replenish glycogen stores, supplying energy for future workouts and aiding recovery. Fats support hormone production, including testosterone and growth hormone, which influence muscle growth. Hydration ensures proper muscle function and prevents cramping or fatigue during exercise. Flexibility and mobility exercises keep muscles supple and allow full range of motion, reducing the risk of strains or tears. Balanced training programs target all major muscle groups to avoid imbalances that can lead to injury and impaired performance. Core muscles, including the abdominals, obliques, and lower back, are central for stability and force transfer during most movements. Postural muscles, such as the erector spinae and gluteals, maintain alignment and prevent overuse injuries. Muscles work synergistically in groups, with agonists generating movement and antagonists controlling or stabilizing it. Stabilizer muscles support joints and maintain balance during dynamic and static activities. Proper warm-up activates muscles, increases blood flow, and prepares fibers for training. Muscles produce heat during contraction, contributing to thermoregulation and maintaining body temperature. Muscle fatigue results from the accumulation of metabolic byproducts, depletion of energy stores, or impaired neural signaling. Overtraining can damage muscle tissue, reduce performance, and increase injury risk if adequate rest and recovery are not observed. Muscle soreness, often called delayed onset muscle soreness, DOMS, occurs after unfamiliar or intense exercise due to microdamage in fibers. Stretching, massage, and active recovery can help alleviate soreness and maintain flexibility. Understanding muscle anatomy and function allows for more effective exercise selection and programming. Muscles are the engines of athletic performance, influencing strength, speed, endurance, agility, and power. Coordination between muscles and the nervous system ensures movements are smooth, efficient, and controlled. Muscle health affects overall quality of life, enabling independence, mobility, and the ability to perform daily activities. Regular, varied training maintains muscle mass, strength, and functional performance throughout life. Aging naturally reduces muscle mass, known as sarcopenia, but resistance training can mitigate these losses. Maintaining muscles requires a combination of proper exercise, nutrition, rest, and attention to body signals. Muscles are dynamic, living tissues that respond to both stimulus and neglect, making them central to any program of health, fitness, or sport performance. Energy systems. The body relies on different energy systems to fuel movement, each with unique characteristics and capacities. Energy for muscle contraction comes from adenosine triphosphate, ATP, the body's primary energy currency. ATP is stored in small amounts in muscles, enough for only a few seconds of maximal effort. The phosphagen system, also called the ATPCP system, provides immediate energy by breaking down creatine phosphate to regenerate ATP. This system dominates in explosive movements like sprints, jumps, or heavy lifts lasting up to 10 seconds. It operates without oxygen, making it an anaerobic system. Once creatine phosphate stores are depleted, the body shifts to anaerobic glycolysis for short-term, high-intensity energy. Anaerobic glycolysis breaks down glucose or glycogen into ATP, producing lactic acid as a byproduct. Lactic acid accumulation contributes to muscle fatigue and the burning sensation experienced during intense activity. This system powers activities lasting approximately 10 to 90 seconds, such as a 400-meter sprint or a set of high-intensity weightlifting. The aerobic system relies on oxygen to produce ATP through the breakdown of carbohydrates, fats, and to a lesser extent, protein. This system dominates during lower intensity, long-duration exercise such as jogging, swimming, or cycling. Aerobic metabolism produces ATP more slowly than anaerobic systems, but can sustain energy production for hours. The efficiency of the aerobic system is enhanced by training, which increases mitochondrial density and capillary networks in muscles. Mitochondria are the powerhouses of cells, producing energy via oxidative phosphorylation. The aerobic system also helps clear byproducts like carbon dioxide and lactate from muscle tissue, improving recovery between bouts of high-intensity work. Different energy systems overlap during most physical activity, with contributions varying by intensity, duration, and fitness level. For example, a 100-meter sprint primarily uses the ATPCP system, but begins to involve anaerobic glycolysis toward the finish. Endurance athletes rely heavily on the aerobic system, but sprint intervals within training engage anaerobic systems to enhance speed and power. Proper training can improve the capacity and efficiency of each system, enhancing overall athletic performance. Interval training is particularly effective for developing both aerobic and anaerobic systems simultaneously. Recovery periods between high-intensity efforts allow partial replenishment of ATP and creatine phosphate stores. Nutrition plays a role in energy system efficiency, with carbohydrates fueling glycolysis and fats supporting aerobic metabolism. Glycogen stored in muscles and liver is the primary substrate for anaerobic and aerobic activity. Fat oxidation predominates during prolonged, lower-intensity efforts when glycogen is limited. Oxygen delivery to muscles depends on cardiovascular and respiratory efficiency, which can be enhanced with endurance training. The rate at which energy systems can produce ATP is referred to as power, while the total energy they can supply is considered capacity. Sprinting, weightlifting, and explosive jumps require high-power, low-capacity energy from phosphagen and glycolytic systems. Marathon running, long-distance cycling, or swimming require high-capacity, lower-power energy from the aerobic system. Adaptation occurs with consistent training, improving enzyme activity, substrate availability, and waste removal. Cross-training can optimize the efficiency of multiple systems simultaneously. Monitoring intensity and duration helps target specific energy systems for improvement. Understanding energy systems allows athletes to design programs that match the demands of their sport. Fatigue occurs when the demand for ATP exceeds the capacity of the active energy system. Proper periodization ensures that energy systems are developed progressively, preventing overtraining or underdevelopment. Combining strength, endurance, and interval work trains all systems, creating a versatile and resilient athlete. Energy system development is closely tied to muscle fiber types, with fast-twitch fibers favoring anaerobic pathways and slow-twitch fibers favoring aerobic metabolism. Effective performance requires seamless interaction between energy systems, nervous control, and muscular coordination. Recovery strategies such as rest, nutrition, and active recovery support energy system replenishment. Knowledge of energy systems is essential for coaches, trainers, and athletes seeking to maximize performance efficiently. Adaptation to training is energy system specific, meaning the type and intensity of training determine which system improves. Mastery of energy systems allows for smarter training, better packing, and improved sport-specific conditioning. Strength, muscle mass, and conditioning. Strength, muscle mass, and conditioning are the cornerstones of athletic performance and overall physical health. Strength is the ability of a muscle or muscle group to produce maximal force against resistance. Muscle mass refers to the size and volume of muscle tissue, which contributes to strength, aesthetics, and metabolic health. Conditioning encompasses cardiovascular, muscular endurance, agility, and overall work capacity. Progressive overload is the principle that drives muscle adaptation, requiring gradual increases in resistance, volume, or intensity over time. Without progressive overload, muscles adapt minimally, leading to stagnation in strength and size. Repetition ranges determine the type of adaptation. Low reps with heavy weights favor strength, Moderate reps with moderate weight favor hypertrophy, and high reps with light weight favor endurance. Training frequency and recovery are equally important. Muscles need sufficient rest to repair and grow between sessions. Compound exercises, such as squats, deadlifts, bench presses, and pull-ups, recruit multiple muscle groups and are highly effective for building strength and mass. Isolation exercises target specific muscles for shaping, correcting imbalances, and enhancing aesthetics. Bodyweight exercises, including push-ups, dips, and pull-ups, are effective for strength, coordination, and muscular endurance. Gymnastics-based movements improve strength-to-weight ratio, mobility, and full body control. Strength training also improves connective tissue strength, including tendons and ligaments, reducing injury risk. Conditioning supports strength by enhancing cardiovascular efficiency, recovery, and muscular endurance. High-intensity interval training, HIIT, combines strength and cardiovascular work to improve energy system efficiency and work capacity. Endurance training develops slow-twitch muscle fibers, mitochondrial density, and capillary networks, supporting prolonged physical activity. Power training focuses on speed and explosiveness, often combining resistance work with plyometric movements. Proper technique ensures safety, maximizes muscle recruitment, and prevents injury during all types of training. Progressive resistance can involve free weights, machines, resistance bands, or bodyweight variations, depending on goals and resources. Tracking training variables, including load, sets, reps, and rest periods, helps monitor progress and adjust programs effectively. Periodization, or structured variation in training volume and intensity, prevents plateaus and optimizes performance gains. Linear periodization gradually increases intensity over weeks, while block periodization focuses on specific qualities like strength, hypertrophy, or endurance in dedicated blocks. Autoregulation allows adjustment based on daily readiness, fatigue, and recovery. Core strength is vital for transferring force between upper and lower body and supporting posture and balance. Functional training emphasizes movements that replicate sport-specific or daily life actions. Recovery modalities, including sleep, nutrition, and active recovery, are essential for adaptation and preventing overtraining. Strength training enhances bone density, joint stability, and metabolic rate, supporting long-term health. Muscle hypertrophy occurs through the repair of microtears in fibers, creating thicker and stronger tissue. Neural adaptations improve motor unit recruitment, synchronization, and firing frequency, especially during early stages of training. Combining strength and conditioning creates a resilient, versatile athlete capable of both power and endurance. Flexibility and mobility exercises complement strength work, enabling full range of motion and preventing injuries. Warm-up routines increase blood flow, joint lubrication, and muscle temperature, preparing the body for performance. Cool-down routines aid recovery, remove metabolic byproducts, and maintain flexibility. Nutrition supports strength and conditioning by supplying protein for repair, carbohydrates for energy, and fats for hormonal balance. Hydration ensures efficient muscle contraction and prevents fatigue. Muscular imbalances should be addressed to prevent injury and optimize performance. Strength and conditioning programs should be individualized based on age, experience, goals, and sport-specific demands. Monitoring performance metrics, including force output, speed, endurance, and recovery, allows precise adjustments and continued progress. Mental focus, motivation, and discipline are as critical as physical training for achieving results. Finally, strength, muscle mass, and conditioning are interdependent. Improvements in one area enhance performance in the others, creating a holistic, high-functioning athlete. Nutrition for performance and muscle growth. Nutrition is the foundation of physical performance, recovery, and long-term health. The body requires macronutrients, protein, carbohydrates, and fats, for energy, repair, and hormonal balance. Protein provides the amino acids necessary for muscle repair, growth, and maintenance. Adequate protein intake supports hypertrophy after resistance training and prevents muscle loss during calorie deficits. Carbohydrates are the primary energy source for high-intensity activity, fueling anaerobic and aerobic metabolism. Glycogen, stored in muscles and liver, is broken down to glucose during exercise to supply energy. Complex carbohydrates such as oats, rice, and sweet potatoes provide sustained energy, while simple carbohydrates like fruit or dextrose are useful for rapid post-workout replenishment. Fats support hormone production, including testosterone and growth hormone, and supply long-term energy for lower-intensity activity. Essential fatty acids, particularly omega-3s, reduce inflammation, support joint health, and improve cardiovascular function. Micronutrients, including vitamins and minerals, are vital for energy production, immune function, and recovery. Vitamin D, calcium, magnesium, zinc, and B vitamins are especially important for athletes. Hydration ensures proper muscle function, nutrient transport, and thermoregulation during exercise. Electrolytes such as sodium, potassium, and magnesium are necessary for nerve conduction and muscle contraction. Nutrient timing plays a role in performance and recovery, with protein and carbohydrates consumed around workouts enhancing muscle repair and glycogen replenishment. Pre-workout meals provide energy for optimal training, while post-workout meals accelerate recovery and adaptation. Whole foods should form the majority of the diet due to their nutrient density and bioavailability. Protein sources include lean meats, fish, eggs, dairy, legumes, and soy-based products. Carbohydrates can come from grains, fruits, vegetables, and legumes to provide fiber, vitamins, and minerals. Healthy fats are found in nuts, seeds, olive oil, avocado, and fatty fish. Caloric intake must match goals: surplus for muscle gain, maintenance for performance, and deficit for fat loss. Individual energy needs depend on activity level, body size, metabolism, and training intensity. Overeating or undereating can impair performance, recovery, and body composition. Supplements can support nutrition but should not replace whole foods. Protein powders, creatine, and omega-3s are among the most evidence-based supplements for athletes. Timing protein intake every 3-4 hours supports continuous muscle protein synthesis. Post-workout carbohydrates aid in glycogen restoration and reduce catabolic stress. Nutritional periodization can align intake with training cycles, supporting energy demands during heavy training and recovery phases. Adequate protein combined with resistance training maximizes hypertrophy. Fat intake should not be too low, as hormones regulating muscle growth require dietary fat. Hydration status affects endurance, strength, and cognitive function during performance. Alcohol and processed foods can impair recovery, hormone balance, and metabolic efficiency. Balanced meals with a combination of protein, carbohydrates, and fats optimize performance and recovery. Fiber-rich carbohydrates improve digestion and nutrient absorption while sustaining energy levels. Antioxidant-rich foods combat exercise-induced oxidative stress and support immune function. Meal planning and preparation ensure consistency in meeting macronutrient and micronutrient needs. Tracking calories, macros, and hydration can help athletes meet specific goals more effectively. Recovery nutrition should focus on protein and carbohydrates immediately after exercise. Supplements like creatine enhance strength and power, while caffeine improves focus and energy availability. Understanding nutrition allows athletes to fuel, repair, and perform at their highest potential. Proper nutrition is a long-term habit that directly impacts strength, muscle mass, endurance, and overall health. Supplements evidence-based. Supplements are products designed to support diet, performance, recovery, or health, but they are not a replacement for whole foods. The most effective supplements are backed by scientific evidence demonstrating real benefits for strength, endurance, or recovery. Protein powders, including whey, casein, and plant-based options, help athletes meet daily protein requirements when whole foods are insufficient. Whey protein is rapidly digested, making it ideal for post-workout recovery. Casein protein digests more slowly, providing a sustained release of amino acids, often used before sleep. Plant-based proteins such as pea, rice, or soy are effective alternatives for those avoiding animal products. Creatine monohydrate is one of the most studied supplements and enhances maximal strength, power output, and lean muscle mass. Creatine increases intramuscular phosphocreatine stores, improving ATP availability for high-intensity efforts. Caffeine is a widely used ergogenic aid that improves focus, alertness, and performance in both endurance and strength activities. Caffeine works by blocking adenosine receptors, reducing perceived effort, and enhancing neural drive. Beta-alanine supplementation buffers hydrogen ions in muscles, delaying fatigue during high-intensity exercise. Citrulline malate may improve blood flow, nutrient delivery, and endurance performance during prolonged activity. Omega-3 fatty acids reduce inflammation, support joint health, and contribute to cardiovascular function. Branched-chain amino acids, BCAAs, may reduce exercise-induced muscle soreness and support recovery when dietary protein is insufficient. Multivitamins can help cover potential micronutrient gaps, but are not a substitute for a balanced diet. Vitamin D supplementation is critical for athletes with limited sun exposure or low dietary intake to support bone, muscle, and immune health. Magnesium and zinc supplementation can assist with recovery, energy metabolism, and hormonal balance in some cases. Electrolyte supplements are useful during prolonged or intense training to maintain fluid balance and prevent cramps. Probiotics support gut health, which can influence nutrient absorption and immune function. Timing supplements strategically enhances their effectiveness, such as protein post-workout or caffeine before exercise. Dosing should follow scientific guidelines to maximize benefit and reduce risk of side effects. Supplements are most effective when paired with proper nutrition, hydration, training, and recovery. Over-reliance on supplements without attention to whole foods often leads to suboptimal results. Quality matters. Third-party testing ensures purity and accurate labeling. Pre-workout supplements may contain caffeine, creatine, beta-alanine, and nitric oxide boosters for enhanced performance. Recovery supplements often combine protein, carbohydrates, and electrolytes to accelerate repair and glycogen replenishment. Fat-burning supplements should be approached cautiously, as many have minimal effect without proper diet and exercise. Adaptogens like ashwagandha may reduce stress and support recovery in high-intensity training environments. Collagen supplements can aid joint and connective tissue health, especially during heavy resistance or high-impact training. Antioxidant supplements such as vitamin C or E may help reduce oxidative stress, but should not replace fruits and vegetables. Hydration supplements like electrolyte powders ensure fluid balance during long or hot training sessions. Creatine can also increase water retention in muscle cells, giving a fuller appearance and supporting volumization. Caffeine may enhance fat oxidation during endurance activity, but requires individualized dosing. Nitric oxide boosters may improve blood flow, nutrient delivery, and performance, though results vary. Supplements should be evaluated for legality and safety, especially for competitive athletes. Education on supplementation prevents misuse, overdosing, or unnecessary expense. Long-term supplementation strategies should prioritize evidence-based benefits rather than trends or marketing claims. Supplements are most effective when they address specific deficiencies, performance goals, or recovery needs. In combination with consistent training and proper nutrition, supplements can be a valuable tool to enhance athletic performance and overall health. Recovery and injury prevention. Recovery and injury prevention are just as important as training itself, as they allow the body to adapt and grow stronger. Muscles, tendons, ligaments, and joints require time to repair after stress to prevent overuse injuries. Sleep is the most critical factor in recovery, supporting muscle repair, hormone regulation, and cognitive function. Adults typically need 7-9 hours of sleep per night for optimal performance. Active recovery, including walking, swimming, cycling, or light yoga, enhances blood flow, helps clear metabolic waste, and accelerates tissue repair. Rest days are essential to prevent overtraining, reduce fatigue, and maintain long-term performance. Proper nutrition supports recovery by providing the building blocks for muscle repair and energy replenishment. Protein intake stimulates muscle protein synthesis, while carbohydrates restore glycogen stores depleted during exercise. Hydration ensures nutrient delivery, maintains joint lubrication, and supports cardiovascular efficiency. Stretching and mobility work improve flexibility, joint range of motion, and circulation, which reduces the risk of strains and sprains. Foam rolling and self-myofascial release can release tight muscle tissue and improve recovery. Warm-ups before exercise increase muscle temperature, enhance enzyme activity, and prepare the nervous system for performance. Cool-downs post-exercise facilitate removal of metabolic byproducts and reduce muscle stiffness. Injury prevention strategies include proper technique, gradual progression in intensity, and balanced training to avoid overloading specific muscle groups. Core stability is crucial for protecting the spine and transferring force efficiently across the body. Balanced strength between agonist and antagonist muscles reduces the risk of joint injuries. Monitoring training load through volume, intensity, and frequency helps detect early signs of overuse. Listening to the body's signals, such as persistent soreness, fatigue, or pain, is vital for preventing injury. Using supportive footwear and appropriate equipment decreases stress on joints and muscles. Cross-training can prevent repetitive strain by varying movement patterns and reducing overuse. Recovery interventions, such as massage, hydrotherapy, or contrast baths, can accelerate healing and reduce soreness. Cold therapy may reduce inflammation, while heat therapy improves blood flow and flexibility. Mental recovery, including relaxation techniques and stress management, is essential for overall adaptation and performance. Overtraining syndrome can occur when recovery is insufficient, leading to fatigue, poor performance, and increased injury risk. Tracking sleep, nutrition, and subjective fatigue can help optimize recovery strategies. Joint and tendon health benefit from progressive loading, adequate protein, and nutrient support such as collagen and vitamin C. Injury rehabilitation should focus on restoring mobility, strength, and neuromuscular control gradually. Preventing injury allows consistent training, which is the key driver of long-term progress. Proper warm-up, cool-down, and mobility work should be integrated into every training session. Deload weeks, with reduced intensity or volume, allow full recovery and prevent plateaus. Consistency in recovery routines enhances adaptation to training and reduces cumulative fatigue. Psychological recovery, including mental breaks and mindfulness, improves focus, motivation, and resilience. Recovery periods vary based on training intensity, type, and individual differences, so personalization is critical. Nutrition timing, including protein and carbohydrate intake post-exercise, optimizes repair and glycogen replenishment. Anti-inflammatory foods and hydration support recovery and tissue health. Training plans should balance stress and recovery to maximize gains while minimizing risk. Ergonomic training techniques reduce mechanical stress on joints and muscles. Long-term performance is achieved by integrating recovery, injury prevention, and intelligent training together. Understanding recovery mechanisms and proactively preventing injuries allows athletes to train smarter, not just harder. Periodization and training planning. Periodization is the structured planning of training to optimize performance and prevent overtraining. It involves varying training intensity, volume, and focus over time to produce systematic adaptations. The primary goal of periodization is to balance stress and recovery while maximizing progress in strength, hypertrophy, endurance, or skill. Training cycles are typically divided into macrocycles, mesocycles, and microcycles. A macrocycle is the largest block, often spanning a year, aligning with long-term goals or competitive seasons. Mesocycles are smaller phases within a macrocycle, usually lasting for 12 weeks, focusing on specific attributes like strength, endurance, or power. Microcycles are the smallest units, often a week, detailing daily workouts, intensity, and volume. Linear periodization gradually increases intensity while reducing volume over successive cycles. Nonlinear, or undulating periodization, varies intensity and volume more frequently, often daily or weekly. Block periodization divides training into concentrated blocks, each targeting a single quality, like hypertrophy, strength, or speed. Periodization helps prevent plateaus by systematically challenging the body in different ways. It reduces injury risk by avoiding constant maximal stress on the same muscles and joints. Proper periodization considers the athlete's experience, training age, recovery capacity, and competitive schedule. It also accounts for lifestyle factors, sleep, nutrition, and stress, which affect adaptation. Deload weeks or taper phases are incorporated to allow recovery, prevent overtraining, and consolidate gains. Volume refers to the total work performed, including sets, reps, and load, while intensity refers to the percentage of maximum effort. Balancing volume and intensity is critical for achieving specific goals without overloading the body. Recovery and adaptation are integral to periodization. Without them, progress stalls or injuries occur. Specificity is a key principle, ensuring training closely mimics the demands of the sport or goal. Variation in exercises, loads, and rest periods prevents monotony and stimulates multiple physiological systems. Periodization also includes technical and skill development, especially in sports requiring precise movement patterns. Monitoring progress through performance metrics, fatigue levels, and subjective feedback informs adjustments to the plan. Macrocycles often align with major competitions, ensuring peak performance occurs at the right time. Mesocycles can emphasize foundational qualities like hypertrophy or conditioning before transitioning to peak performance. Microcycles allow for fine-tuning of intensity, exercise selection, and recovery strategies. Progressive overload is integrated across all cycles, ensuring continuous adaptation and improvement. Cross-training can be incorporated to develop complementary systems and prevent overuse injuries. Nutritional periodization aligns energy intake and macronutrients with training intensity and phase, supporting adaptation. Recovery strategies are also periodized, with more emphasis during high-stress phases. Mental preparation, focus, and visualization are included in training plans to optimize performance. Periodization fosters long-term adherence by providing structure, variation, and measurable goals. Athletes can combine linear and undulating approaches depending on their goals, experience, and sport demands. Flexibility in programming allows adjustment for unforeseen events such as illness or injury. Objective assessment through strength tests, endurance markers, or performance analysis guides periodization adjustments. Periodization is not only for athletes, it benefits anyone seeking consistent, long-term improvement in fitness or strength. A well-designed plan incorporates foundational strength, endurance, mobility, and recovery. Tracking and analyzing training data ensures the program evolves with the athlete. Finally, periodization empowers athletes to train efficiently, progress safely, and peak when it matters most. Flexibility, mobility, and functional training. Flexibility, mobility, and functional training are essential components of performance, injury prevention, and overall physical health. Flexibility refers to the ability of a muscle or muscle group to lengthen passively through a range of motion. Mobility is the capacity of a joint to move actively and efficiently through its full range. Functional training emphasizes exercises that mimic real life or sport-specific movement patterns, integrating strength, stability, and coordination. Adequate flexibility allows muscles to contract and lengthen effectively, reducing strain and improving technique. Mobility ensures joints can move freely without restriction, enhancing performance and reducing injury risk. Functional movements train multiple muscle groups simultaneously, improving strength, balance, and neuromuscular coordination. Stretching can be static, holding a position to lengthen muscle fibers, or dynamic, moving through a controlled range to prepare muscles for activity. Dynamic stretching before workouts increases blood flow, warms muscles, and activates the nervous system. Static stretching is often best performed after training to improve long-term muscle length and relaxation. Proprioceptive neuromuscular facilitation, PNF, stretching combines contraction and relaxation to maximize flexibility gains. Foam rolling and myofascial release techniques reduce muscle tightness, improve tissue quality, and enhance mobility. Hip, shoulder, and ankle mobility are particularly important for performance and injury prevention. Tight hips can reduce squat depth and running efficiency, while limited shoulder mobility impairs overhead lifting and throwing mechanics. Ankle mobility affects sprinting, jumping, and balance, influencing overall lower body performance. Functional exercises often include multi-joint movements like squats, lunges, push-ups, and pull-ups to replicate everyday or sport-specific tasks. Core stability is a cornerstone of functional training, providing a strong foundation for force transfer between upper and lower body. Balance and proprioception exercises enhance body awareness and reduce the risk of falls or injuries. Training with instability, such as single leg or suspension exercises, challenges stabilizer muscles and coordination. Flexibility and mobility work should be progressive, addressing tight areas without overstretching or causing pain. Functional training emphasizes movement quality, ensuring correct patterns are reinforced rather than just loading muscles. Strength, endurance, and mobility should be integrated, not trained in isolation, for optimal function. Yoga, Pilates, and martial arts movements can enhance flexibility, mobility, and functional strength simultaneously. Recovery techniques like stretching, mobility drills, and foam rolling aid post-exercise restoration. Consistent flexibility and mobility work improve joint health and long-term athletic longevity. Functional training can also improve posture, gait mechanics, and daily life movement efficiency. Movement assessments help identify limitations in flexibility or mobility, guiding corrective exercises. Corrective strategies target imbalances or weaknesses, reducing compensatory movement patterns that lead to injury. Joint stability exercises reinforce ligaments and tendons, supporting safe mobility. Periodic reassessment ensures progress in flexibility and mobility and identifies areas needing attention. Functional training prepares the body for unpredictable movements encountered in sports or daily life. Integrating flexibility, mobility, and functional exercises improves performance in strength, speed, agility, and endurance tasks. Dynamic warm-ups enhance readiness and reduce injury risk before intense activity. Cool-down routines that include stretching and mobility work aid recovery and maintain joint range. Mind-muscle connection during functional and mobility exercises maximizes control and efficiency. Training should be balanced, targeting all major joints and muscle groups for optimal movement patterns. Flexibility and mobility work also supports recovery by promoting circulation and reducing stiffness. Combining these practices with strength and conditioning creates a resilient, agile, and high-performing body. Understanding the relationship between muscles, joints, and movement patterns allows for smarter programming and long-term results. Gymnastics and bodyweight training. Gymnastics and bodyweight training are highly effective for developing strength, control, mobility, and coordination without the need for heavy equipment. Bodyweight exercises rely on the resistance of your own body, allowing for functional, compound movements that engage multiple muscle groups. Gymnastics emphasizes balance, flexibility, strength-to-weight ratio, and precise motor control, making it a complete physical discipline. Fundamental bodyweight exercises include push-ups, pull-ups, dips, squats, lunges, planks, and variations of these movements. These exercises improve strength, endurance, and joint stability while promoting proper movement mechanics. Gymnastic skills like handstands, muscle-ups, levers, and planches develop upper body and core strength simultaneously. Core strength is central in both gymnastics and bodyweight training, providing stability and force transfer across the body. The strength-to-weight ratio is crucial, as athletes must control their own body mass efficiently. Progressive overload is applied by increasing repetitions, slowing movement tempo, or advancing to more complex variations. Explosive movements such as plyometric push-ups or jumps enhance power and neuromuscular coordination. Flexibility and mobility are integrated into gymnastics training, improving range of motion and reducing injury risk. Grip strength is often developed through pull-ups, hanging holds, and bar exercises, which also enhance forearm and shoulder stability. Coordination and balance are continually challenged through unilateral or dynamic movements. Isometric exercises, like planks or static holds, build endurance in stabilizing muscles and joints. Gymnastics training improves proprioception, which is the body's ability to sense its position in space. Bodyweight exercises can be performed anywhere, making them accessible and versatile for all fitness levels. Variations in hand or foot placement can increase intensity and target muscles differently. Combining strength, mobility, and skill training creates a well-rounded athletic foundation. Calisthenics, a branch of bodyweight training, focuses on performing controlled movements with minimal equipment. Training with rings or parallettes adds instability, increasing demand on stabilizing muscles. Mastering basic skills before progressing to advanced movements prevents injury and ensures proper motor patterns. Core and shoulder strength are particularly critical for advanced gymnastics skills. Dynamic movements like kipping pull-ups or muscle-ups require timing, rhythm, and explosive power. Static strength holds, such as the planche or front lever, build muscular endurance and control. Gymnastics and bodyweight training improve joint integrity by reinforcing natural movement patterns. Functional strength gained from these practices transfers directly to sports and daily activities. Mental focus and body awareness are enhanced through controlled and precise movement execution. Warm-ups and mobility drills are essential to prepare joints, tendons, and muscles for the demands of training. Cool-down and stretching maintain flexibility, support recovery, and prevent stiffness. Bodyweight training allows for easy scaling of difficulty to suit beginners or advanced athletes. Combining plyometric, isometric, and dynamic exercises develops strength, speed, and coordination simultaneously. Training frequency and consistency are critical for mastering skills and achieving progression. Monitoring form and movement quality ensures long-term effectiveness and safety. Integrating gymnastics principles with traditional strength and conditioning enhances overall athletic performance. Recovery strategies, including rest, nutrition, and mobility work, support adaptation and skill retention. Mental resilience and focus are developed through challenging bodyweight movements and complex gymnastics skills. Over time, athletes gain strength, control, mobility, and confidence in their body's capabilities. Gymnastics and bodyweight training offer a holistic approach to fitness, blending strength, skill, balance, and endurance in one integrated system. Sports performance and conditioning. Sports performance and conditioning are essential for maximizing athletic potential and sustaining long-term physical health. Conditioning encompasses cardiovascular endurance, muscular strength, power, agility, speed, and flexibility. Cardiovascular endurance allows athletes to maintain effort over prolonged periods, improving oxygen delivery to working muscles. Muscular strength provides the foundation for power, stability, and injury prevention. Power combines strength and speed, enabling explosive movements in sprints, jumps, throws, or rapid changes of direction. Agility refers to the ability to change direction quickly and efficiently while maintaining balance and control. Speed is the ability to move the body or a body part rapidly, often influenced by neuromuscular coordination. Flexibility and mobility allow joints and muscles to move freely, supporting technique and reducing injury risk. Conditioning programs are designed to target sport-specific demands and energy systems. High-intensity interval training, HIIT, develops both anaerobic and aerobic capacity, improving endurance and recovery. Aerobic conditioning increases mitochondrial density, capillary networks, and cardiovascular efficiency. Anaerobic conditioning enhances the ability to perform repeated high-intensity efforts with minimal fatigue. Strength training improves muscular endurance, power output, and overall performance. Plyometric exercises develop explosive strength and neuromuscular coordination. Sport-specific drills simulate movements encountered in competition, enhancing skill and efficiency. Balance and proprioception exercises enhance body awareness, stability, and injury prevention. Agility ladders, cones, and reaction drills improve reaction time, foot speed, and change of direction ability. Periodization ensures training intensity and volume are adjusted to peak at the right time while avoiding overtraining. Recovery is integrated into conditioning programs through rest, sleep, and active recovery strategies. Proper nutrition fuels performance and supports adaptation to training loads. Hydration maintains blood flow, thermoregulation, and muscle function during practice and competition. Conditioning also involves mental preparation, including focus, visualization, and stress management. Functional movement patterns ensure strength and conditioning translate to sport-specific actions. Speed and agility drills often incorporate cognitive components, improving decision-making under pressure. Endurance training must balance intensity and volume to avoid excessive fatigue and overuse injuries. Strength-to-weight ratio is critical in many sports, requiring muscle development without excessive body fat. Core stability supports force transfer and enhances performance in dynamic movements. Recovery modalities like stretching, massage, and cold or contrast therapy aid performance longevity. Flexibility and mobility exercises prevent restricted movement patterns and reduce injury risk. Cross-training can improve complementary energy systems and prevent repetitive strain. Tracking performance metrics, such as sprint times, jump height, or heart rate, guides adjustments in training. Warm-ups enhance muscle readiness, neural activation, and joint lubrication, improving performance. Cool-downs help clear metabolic byproducts and reduce post-exercise soreness. Conditioning improves resilience, allowing athletes to perform at higher levels with less fatigue. Neuromuscular coordination is enhanced through drills that challenge timing, rhythm, and precision. Sport-specific strength and conditioning create transferable performance gains in competition. Monitoring fatigue, recovery, and workload prevents overtraining and promotes continuous adaptation. Advanced athletes may combine multiple conditioning modalities, including resistance, plyometric, aerobic, and anaerobic work. Effective sports performance is the product of integrated training, recovery, nutrition, and mental preparation. Consistent, structured conditioning enhances speed, power, endurance, agility, and overall athletic efficiency. Injury management, prevention, and rehabilitation. Injury management, prevention, and rehabilitation are crucial for maintaining long-term athletic performance and overall health. Proper injury prevention starts with appropriate warm-up routines, which increase blood flow, muscle temperature, and joint mobility. Dynamic stretches and movement-specific drills prepare muscles and joints for the demands of training or competition. Strengthening stabilizing muscles around joints reduces the risk of sprains, strains, and overuse injuries. Core stability is particularly important for protecting the spine and transferring forces efficiently throughout the body. Balanced training, targeting agonist and antagonist muscle groups, prevents imbalances that can lead to injury. Gradual progression in load, volume, and intensity ensures tissues adapt safely to stress. Monitoring fatigue, soreness, and performance allows early detection of potential overuse injuries. Appropriate footwear and equipment reduce stress on muscles, joints, and connective tissue. Flexibility and mobility training maintain joint range of motion and reduce mechanical stress during movement. Recovery strategies, including sleep, nutrition, hydration, and active recovery, support tissue repair and adaptation. Cross-training introduces variation, preventing repetitive strain on specific muscles or joints. Injury rehabilitation begins with assessment to identify the type, severity, and location of damage. Immediate management often follows the RICE principle: rest, ice, compression, and elevation to reduce swelling and inflammation. Early-stage rehabilitation focuses on reducing pain, restoring circulation, and minimizing tissue damage. Gradual reintroduction of movement promotes healing and prevents stiffness or weakness. Strengthening exercises are incorporated progressively to rebuild muscle, tendon, and ligament function. Neuromuscular training retrains coordination, balance, and movement patterns affected by injury. Mobility work ensures joints regain full range of motion without excessive stress. Functional exercises mimic sport or activity-specific demands to restore performance capability. Cardiovascular conditioning can often continue safely during rehabilitation to maintain fitness. Pain should guide the progression of exercises to prevent re-injury. Professional guidance from physiotherapists or sports medicine specialists ensures appropriate protocols are followed. Soft tissue therapy, including massage, myofascial release, and stretching, supports tissue recovery and reduces tension. Modalities like ultrasound, electrical stimulation, or heat-cold therapy may accelerate healing in certain cases. Gradual exposure to load, speed, and complexity restores confidence in the injured area. Psychological support is vital, as injuries can cause anxiety, frustration, or fear of re-injury. Posture and biomechanics are assessed to prevent future injuries and improve efficiency. Preventive screening, including movement assessments, helps identify weaknesses or limitations before they result in injury. Core and hip strengthening are particularly important for lower body injury prevention. Shoulder and scapular stabilization exercises reduce the risk of upper body injuries. Monitoring training load, sleep, and recovery reduces cumulative stress on tissues. Education on body mechanics, safe lifting, and sport-specific technique reduces risk during training and competition. Early intervention and consistent adherence to rehabilitation plans improve recovery speed and outcomes. Gradual return-to-play protocols ensure athletes are physically and mentally ready for full participation. Recovery from injury often leads to greater awareness of body mechanics, strength imbalances, and movement quality. Preventing injuries is more efficient than treating them, making proactive strategies essential for all athletes. Integrating prevention, management, and rehabilitation into training routines ensures long-term performance, resilience, and longevity. Mindset, focus, and motivation in training. Mindset, focus, and motivation are as critical to athletic performance as physical training. A growth mindset encourages learning from challenges and viewing setbacks as opportunities for improvement. Consistent focus allows athletes to execute movements with precision, maximizing the effectiveness of each training session. Motivation drives adherence to long-term programs and helps overcome obstacles or fatigue. Goal setting provides direction, purpose, and measurable benchmarks for progress. Short-term goals maintain daily motivation, while long-term goals guide overall development. Visualization techniques prepare the mind and body for performance by rehearsing skills mentally before execution. Positive self-talk reinforces confidence, reduces anxiety, and enhances performance under pressure. Mental toughness allows athletes to maintain effort, composure, and persistence during adversity. Mindfulness trains awareness of body signals, movement quality, and emotional states during training and competition. Concentration on technique reduces errors, improves efficiency, and prevents injury. Routine and structure in training foster consistency and reduce procrastination. Pre-performance rituals enhance focus, calm nerves, and prime the nervous system for action. Motivation can be intrinsic, driven by personal goals, or extrinsic, influenced by rewards or social recognition. Tracking progress and celebrating small achievements maintain motivation and reinforce commitment. Resilience develops through overcoming setbacks, learning from failures, and persevering despite difficulty. Maintaining a positive attitude toward training and recovery prevents burnout and promotes long-term adherence. Mental imagery combined with physical practice improves skill acquisition and neural adaptation. Self-reflection allows athletes to analyze performance, identify weaknesses, and make adjustments. Awareness of energy, focus, and emotional state informs packing and intensity during training. Mental fatigue affects physical performance, so cognitive recovery strategies, like meditation, are valuable. Commitment to process over outcome fosters sustainable growth and reduces anxiety about results. Peer support and mentorship can boost motivation, accountability, and guidance. Motivation fluctuates naturally, requiring strategies to reignite drive during low periods. Visualization of success strengthens neural pathways associated with optimal performance. Focused breathing techniques regulate heart rate, calm nerves, and enhance concentration. Avoiding distractions during training maximizes efficiency and skill development. Mindset shapes perception of difficulty, influencing persistence and effort. Reflecting on purpose and values enhances intrinsic motivation for consistent training. Journaling or tracking progress increases self-awareness and highlights patterns in performance. Learning from competitors or role models provides inspiration and benchmarks for growth. Emotional regulation supports recovery, adaptability, and decision-making under stress. Motivation combined with disciplined planning ensures steady progress toward goals. Mental preparation is essential for peak performance during competitions or high-pressure situations. Embracing challenges and staying curious fosters continuous improvement and lifelong learning. Balancing mental and physical training creates a holistic approach to performance. Understanding the interplay between mind, focus, and motivation empowers athletes to optimize both effort and results. Mental strategies are transferable across sports and everyday life, enhancing resilience, discipline, and well-being. Developing a strong mental foundation allows athletes to face setbacks without losing confidence, maintain focus during critical moments, and sustain consistent progress. Advanced training strategies and integration. Advanced training strategies combine multiple principles to maximize adaptation, performance, and efficiency. Periodization is a key strategy, structuring training into cycles of intensity, volume, and focus to prevent plateaus. Autoregulation allows athletes to adjust training based on daily readiness, fatigue, and recovery. Supersets and compound sets increase training density, combining exercises to save time and boost metabolic stress. Plyometric and explosive movements enhance power, neuromuscular coordination, and speed. Contrast training alternates heavy resistance with explosive or plyometric exercises to improve force production and rate of force development. Eccentric-focused training emphasizes controlled lengthening of muscles, increasing strength, hypertrophy, and tendon resilience. Cluster sets divide repetitions into smaller blocks with short rests, allowing heavier loads and improved power output. Tempo manipulation adjusts the speed of concentric, eccentric, and isometric phases to target strength, hypertrophy, or endurance. Blood flow restriction, BFR training can enhance hypertrophy with lighter loads, reducing joint stress. Combining aerobic and anaerobic conditioning improves energy system efficiency and sport-specific performance. Multi-joint compound lifts engage larger muscle groups, improve coordination, and enhance hormonal response. Unilateral exercises correct imbalances and improve stabilizer strength for injury prevention and functional performance. Active recovery and mobility work are integrated between high-intensity sessions to accelerate adaptation and reduce fatigue. Nutrition, hydration, and supplementation are synchronized with training phases to support energy demand, recovery, and muscle growth. Smart programming balances intensity, volume, and frequency to prevent overtraining and maximize gains. Advanced monitoring, including heart rate variability, performance metrics, and subjective fatigue, guides program adjustments. Exercise selection is varied to target muscles through different angles and movement patterns, enhancing total development. Functional movements replicate sport-specific or daily life patterns, improving transferability and efficiency. Mental focus and visualization are integrated into training to enhance skill acquisition, neural adaptation, and consistency. Progressive overload remains a cornerstone, applied through increased load, volume, or complexity over time. Recovery strategies are periodized, with deload weeks or taper phases to optimize adaptation. Cross-training develops complementary systems, reduces overuse injuries, and maintains motivation. Integrating strength, power, endurance, and mobility ensures a balanced, high-performing athlete. Training splits, such as push-pull, upper-lower, or full body, are chosen based on goals, recovery, and time availability. Time under tension manipulation targets hypertrophy while improving control and muscle activation. Advanced athletes may use partial reps, isometrics, or pre-exhaust techniques to maximize recruitment and fatigue muscles efficiently. Energy system development is tailored to sport-specific demands through interval training, tempo work, and recovery manipulation. Accessory exercises target weak points, improve posture, and support major lifts or movements. Combining skill work with strength or conditioning sessions enhances overall athletic capacity. Recovery modalities, including contrast therapy, massage, and sleep optimization, are strategically placed around training intensity. Technical refinement ensures movements are performed efficiently, safely, and with maximal effect. Training integration considers cumulative stress, ensuring the nervous system, musculoskeletal system, and energy systems adapt without overload. Mental resilience strategies, including goal setting, mindfulness, and visualization, complement physical training. Adaptive programming responds to plateaus, fatigue, or changing goals, maintaining progress over the long term. Advanced strategies emphasize balance between intensity, volume, and recovery to prevent injury and burnout. Periodic reassessment of performance metrics informs adjustments, ensuring continued progression. Combining all elements, strength, power, endurance, mobility, skill, and mindset, produces versatile, resilient athletes. Ultimately, advanced training integration maximizes adaptation, efficiency, and performance, allowing athletes to reach their full potential consistently and safely. Lifestyle, rest, and longevity strategies. Lifestyle, rest, and longevity strategies are fundamental for sustaining athletic performance and overall health over the long term. Sleep is the cornerstone of recovery, hormonal regulation, and cognitive function, directly affecting strength, endurance, and mental clarity. Adults typically require 7-9 hours of quality sleep per night for optimal adaptation and longevity. Consistent sleep schedules support circadian rhythm, improving energy, alertness, and metabolic efficiency. Stress management is essential, as chronic stress impairs recovery, immunity, and performance. Mindfulness practices, meditation, and breathing exercises help regulate stress and maintain focus. Balanced nutrition, including whole foods, adequate protein, healthy fats, and complex carbohydrates, supports health, performance, and longevity. Hydration is critical for cellular function, joint lubrication, digestion, and thermoregulation. Regular physical activity, combining strength, cardiovascular, mobility, and skill work, promotes a high-functioning body and reduces disease risk. Functional training improves posture, balance, and efficiency in daily life, reducing long-term injury risk. Periods of rest and active recovery prevent overtraining, support tissue repair, and maintain motivation. Recovery modalities, such as stretching, foam rolling, and massage, aid in muscle relaxation and circulation. Lifestyle balance integrates work, social connection, recreation, and training, preventing burnout and promoting mental well-being. Limiting exposure to alcohol, processed foods, and sedentary behavior improves recovery, hormonal health, and longevity. Sunlight exposure supports vitamin D synthesis, bone health, and circadian rhythm regulation. Regular health checkups and monitoring of key metrics, such as blood pressure, body composition, and metabolic markers, ensure early detection of potential issues. Injury prevention strategies, including proper warm-ups, mobility work, and strengthening stabilizing muscles, protect long-term joint and tissue health. Incorporating hobbies, creativity, and social engagement enhances mental health and life satisfaction. Periodic reflection on goals, progress, and priorities maintains motivation and purpose. Flexibility and mobility work preserve joint range of motion, improving functional independence with age. Balanced training and recovery reduce inflammation, supporting longevity and reducing chronic disease risk. Strength training improves bone density, muscle mass, metabolic rate, and overall resilience. Cardiovascular training enhances heart health, circulation, and energy efficiency. Cognitive training, including problem-solving and learning new skills, maintains mental sharpness and neuroplasticity. Nutrition timing and quality optimize recovery, energy, and body composition. Hormonal balance is supported by adequate sleep, stress management, nutrition, and exercise, influencing muscle, fat, and metabolic health. Mindset and emotional regulation contribute to sustainable training habits, resilience, and well-being. Avoiding repetitive strain and overuse injuries through periodized training protects long-term mobility and strength. Environmental factors, such as air quality, ergonomics, and natural exposure, influence performance, recovery, and health. Hydration with electrolytes during intense activity supports cellular function and prevents fatigue. Recovery days, deloads, and sleep optimization prevent chronic stress accumulation and maintain performance consistency. Mental engagement, curiosity, and lifelong learning foster satisfaction, adaptability, and resilience. Nutrition rich in antioxidants, omega-3s, and micronutrients combats oxidative stress, promoting longevity. Social connections and support networks enhance motivation, accountability, and mental health. Hormonal and metabolic health are maintained through regular exercise, balanced nutrition, and stress management. Tracking sleep, recovery, and performance metrics helps adjust lifestyle strategies for optimal results. Mind-body practices like yoga or Tai Chi enhance flexibility, balance, and relaxation. Long-term adherence to these principles ensures sustained athletic performance, functional independence, and quality of life. Integrating rest, recovery, nutrition, physical activity, and mental well-being creates a holistic approach to health, fitness, and longevity. Understanding the interplay between lifestyle choices, recovery, and training allows individuals to maximize performance while protecting health for decades.